and this was probably more in the future. I'm guessing.
Right.
You're never going to convince me otherwise.
Yeah.
You're never going to convince me that he ignores his heritage like this, and he ignores the brutality of Asian gangs, and he just ignores all this kind of stuff.
Right.
You're never going to convince me otherwise.
Okay.
You're never going to convince me. I'm 100% convinced that his storytelling was much more nuanced than this. Like a 5-year-old could do a better job. A 5-year-old could do a better job. What would you give this episode?
It gets a 2.3 for me.
It gets.
Closing.
You know what? I'm just gonna close the curtain. I wouldn't watch this episode.
Well, I would watch it again, but I mean, there was a few things that I thought were okay.
Yeah.
But otherwise, like, I mean, I am so glad we only have a few more episodes.
Oh, yeah, you and me.
I just wish they would do that Wild West type of stuff again, because that was the coolest one out of them all.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. I agree.
He basically, he has a brass throne that he sits on, and that brass throne is situated on a giant mountain of skulls.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, all of these skulls of worthwhile people, and the skulls of his own champions even end up there too. So you've got like hundreds of thousands of different species. All their different skulls are piled up below his throne.
Oh,
and he has
dude.
this massive sword called Woebringer.
Oh my dude, you're speaking my language now. Speak to me about this sword.
Bro, it literally can destroy entire worlds.
Oh, dude.
And on top of that, it's so powerful, it cuts through reality as well, which lets demons spill out from the warp into the material plane. So he's like, Korn is the god that basically is worshipped the most out of everybody, because even people who don't know of his existence essentially worship him in one form or another. Like primitive cultures view him as a great insatiable beast rather than a man. So there's different totems or variations of him that show up in the different belief structures of different groups. And when it comes down to it, he's fine. If you're bombarding people, if you're blasting them from a distance, you're claiming lives, that's all right. But what he really wants is direct combat. Get up there, and when you cut down your enemy, feel their blood splash on your own flesh.
Like bathe in it. Like bathe in the blood.
Yeah, exactly. Yup. Like, wow.
We're gonna have to. Anyway, it's a new system.
Turn that off later.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a brand new episode of D&D Storytime Clue. We have a full cast today. We have Mossy, our PAA.
Can we add another A in there just for the fun of it?
PAA.
Yeah, that's it.
A. You get a A.
The last one's just for A.
A. We have the gorgeous, the adorable, the never freckly Monica. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm doing good. Good. Are you ready to assist the caveman tonight?
Of course.
And we got the one, the only, Tracy in the house, Michael BM. How's it going, my friend?
Very good. I am super excited to get back into this wild world of clues and magic and mystery.
Ooh. So, do you want to let everyone know what happened last episode, and then we'll kind of go from there?
If I do, can you just give me a...
Oh, yeah. So, and modeling itself on her and asking Naruto, how does she look? He doesn't have to say anything because his face is a beet red. She goes, I'm glad you like this stuff. And he's like, wait, I didn't. And she starts putting lingerie on his arms, like thongs, brown panties, all that kind of stuff. And Naruto goes, you can't be serious. And she models something again, And she goes, "Oh, I'm dead serious, Naruto. Believe it." And he goes, "Did you just say?" And then she grabs him, and they go back to the store.
Warning: this episode may contain loose forms of nudity, caveman growling aggressively, and words not meant for the ears of young children. Viewer discretion is highly advised. We are not your parents. This is a production of the Must See TV Broadcast Network. Like, share, join. Come along for the ride and join the tribe. And you can do it. We believe in you. Throw those stars. If you're watching us right now on YouTube, then you already know what to do, don't you? Smash that like and subscribe button. The caveman won't bite, not really. A big shout out goes out to Donna A.a.a. and Music Mint for the incredible music that is in this episode. All rights are reserved to their proper copyright owners. And if the caveman is ready, and if you are ready, then let's kick this show off. Growl, growl.
Caveman's call echoes through the stream. Click that button, join the dream. 45 days, we're live on cue. Reviewing the wild, the weird, the new. Must see TV, it's the vibe. Click subscribe and join the tribe. Laughs and chaos, we've got it all. One big crew answering the call. After shows where stories unfold. Hidden gems and secrets told. Crew's got jokes and little flair. Once you're here, you're staying there. Must see TV, it's the vibe. Click subscribe and join the tribe. Laughs and chaos, we've got it all. One big crew answering the call. From caveman grunts to streaming gold. New adventure, stories bold. Every moment, every beat. Grab your spot. Front row seat. Must see TV, it's the vibe. Click subscribe and join the tribe. Laughs and chaos, we've got it all. One big crew answering the call. Must see TV, it's the vibe. Click subscribe and join the tribe. Laughs and chaos, we've got it all. One big crew answering the call.
By the dark of the night, where the shadows lean low, a fire flickers softly, its embers aglow. The caveman waits in the circle of flame, eyes like the ocean, hands carved by the same. Oh, the glow of the moon, it whispers, it sighs. The past is alive in the star-painted skies. Tell us the tales of the old, of the wild. Sing us the songs of the earth's first child. By the fire, by the flame, let the echoes consume. Story time by the dark of the night, by the glow of the moon.
hate you.
It's just, oh man! All right, story time. It's haha because it is story time.
Oh,
So everyone is talking to each other today, and Monica was not supposed to come in. These cats are about to overlap on vacation, which is great, but they're not going to go for too long. So Monica reaches out to me and says, "Hey, I just talked to Jams, and we're all good to go." And I'm like, "Who the hell is she talking about? Who the hell is she going on about?" And I'm like, "Mossy?" So I'm like, my caveman brain's like, jams. Jams. Like jammies. Like jams. I sort of like my caveman brain's like, oh, I like that name better. Holy shit. Jams. Yeah, it's your fault, Monica. Yeah. So you know what? You're going to come over here and you're going to apologize for what you did. This is you. Apologize for what you did.
Truly, I am sorry, Mossy, for the chaos I've unleashed in your life today.
Yeah, apologize.
And to the viewers as well for confusing everybody.
I understand.
All right. So, I will never let this down. If you think for one moment I will let him down with this, you haven't been paying attention.
Oh, boy. This
So,
may not become a thing.
Yeah.
It's going to be a thing.
It will be a thing.
No.
Aha! So that's the story inside story time. Goodbye, everybody. No. So welcome to episode 15. Small and big and small moments. So we pick up sometime after we left Naruto and Ino. We see we see them now. Naruto heading upstairs, followed by Ino. The door opens. No, he gets the keys and opens the door. No, not. What am I talking about? He has like 2 big bags of lingerie with him. What am I saying? He can't open the door. So Ino moves ahead of him, unlocks the door. They move into the threshold. Then we cut to inside the house, right? Inside the apartment. The door closes, and we see bags everywhere. We see boxes. We just see like a tornado, like a bomb. And Ino claps her hands. Naruto kind of jumps. He sets the bags down like they're going to infect him in some kind of way because they're, filled with lingerie. And Ino goes, all right, Naruto, this is what we're going to do. We're going to clean your apartment, our apartment, from top to bottom, and I am going to show you what kind of floors you have. So we jump cut. We smash cut. We jump cut. There's no title card. We don't know for how long this is. We jump cut to a clean apartment. And, Naruto looks down. Puts away a mop in a bucket. And he looks down at the floor. Goes, hey, I have hardwood floors. That's kind of cool. And Ino goes, right, Naruto? This is what a clean home looks like. We jump cut again to the kitchen. Both of them are side by side, making dinner. Ino has a crock pot. She's stirring dumplings, vegetables, meat, rice. Actually, that makes me kind of hungry. That sounds kind of cool. That sounds actually pretty delicious. And Naruto, right beside her, cutting food. And he goes, "Hey, I'm getting pretty good at this." And we hear bumping Naruto with her shoulder, giving him a compliment. But as she starts to give him a compliment, the audio ducks just a little bit. And something starts to happen. The camera starts to push back. Not entirely, just outside of the kitchen. The audio starts to lower. All we can hear is murmuring of two people conversing on making dinner. We see Ino bump her arm. We see Ino giving him a hip tap. We see both of them talking to each other, laughing, but we don't quite know what they're saying. We can't hear what they're saying. And this is very important. We're not allowed any further than where we are. The camera pans, it's watching them at a distance. Jams. No, Bossy. Do you know why?
I'm still reeling from that name.
No. Do you know why?
I don't know why.
You don't know why why can't we hear them? Why are we only allowed a certain distance?
I'm not sure.
You've been paying attention. You should be paying attention to the film.
No,
because what's the main thesis of this film?
Look, I haven't been here for all your recordings.
All right. So we're not allowed to come any further. It's not the film doing this. And this is not like a meta thing she is doing. But, remember, every time we have gotten access to Naruto, it is with Ino in the shot, in the scene. Right? And when these moments happen, right? It's not the film saying, but it's her saying, you don't deserve to get this, to watch this piece and hear it in real time. Because the main thesis of the film is this is not your story. That's why we're only granted a certain amount of access to this scene, right? That's why the audio ducks out. That's why we just hear murmurs. That's why we just hear Naruto and Ino laughing. Stuff we can't hear, right? That's why, because we're not allowed to hear it, right? Because that's the whole main thesis of the film. This is not your story. It never was the story. It never was your story. This film would be happening regardless if you're watching it or not. And Ino won't be allowing you to watch this. And that, I think that's a great premise of this film, because so many, in anime especially, we expect a certain level of access, right? We expect to hear them talking. We expect to hear them laughing. But this film says no. Right? This film says no in such a honest way, right? You don't get to see him at peace like this. That's not yours. That's for them. Right? So that's why we're only given a certain level of access here. So we cut now. We cut to the table being plated. Pots, pans, dishes, all this kind of stuff. We see rice wafting up seasoned rice. We see dumplings. We see vegetables. We see beef. We see chicken. We see all this kind of stuff. The stuff happening. And as Naruto sits down, and they're both sitting down, Ino pulls out a chair right beside her, and motions for him to sit beside. He's like, "No, Naruto, sit by me." And she goes. She pats the chair, and he goes. He goes over and he sits right beside Ino, and what they start doing is plating their food. So Naruto takes her plate, and Ino takes his plate, and they are reciprocating each other's actions, because at the end of the day, Naruto, this is what he does. He always moves forward. Naruto is not the person. He's never been the person, actually, to sit down and say what he feels, because that's not who this character is, right? That's never been Naruto, right? And she has to, like the first couple scenes of the film, she has to continually be doing this, right? Meeting him at his level, right? A plating of Ino's food might as well be saying, "I appreciate you, and I love you, and thank you for staying and cooking me food." Right? That's what this is referring to, right? It's almost mirroring that first time they sat down together to eat food, right? What happens next is Naruto and Ino plate their food. They sit down, and the camera again starts to pan back, right? The audio starts to again dip, right? We see Naruto take a dumpling off of Ino's plate. We see Ino doing the same thing. They're laughing, but the audio again is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And unlike what we saw in the kitchen, the camera does not stop at just the kitchen. We see the hallway, we see the family room, the living room, and we see the hallway, we see the door where the camera is slowly being not forced out, but requested to leave. Right? So we are out on the street now, and it's around 7:30. We can see the moon coming out, but the camera is panned to the kitchen window. A lamp shines down, or a lantern, and that's all we're allowed to see. Because again, this is not our story, right? This is not our film, right? This is a moment between them, and we don't get access to that. We asked to leave, not by the movie, and not by her like basically turning and saying leaving, right? But this is a subtle kind of framing that we're doing in the film, right? But we focus on that scene because we don't get to run, we don't get to hide, we don't get to shrink. Not from these moments, right? Not from these moments. This is a small domestic situation, but it's a quiet moment that honestly we've never seen this side of Naruto, right? We've never ever seen this personal human side to that character. So we stay there for a beat, and we see them interacting through that window, and then sometime we stay there for a beat long, longer than we should. Then we fade back in to that place that we left him. We see Naruto patting his stomach, dishes like there's empty food, maybe one more dumpling on Ino's plate, and Naruto goes, "That was absolutely incredible." The audio snaps back and we can hear him now. That was absolutely incredible. And Ino goes, "Thank you, Naruto. You're still doing the dishes though." And he gets up, he turns, I'm like, "Oh, come on, Ino. It's, you know what? Come on. Can I not like do anything?" And she's like finishing chewing. And he's like, listen, how about tomorrow I do the dishes, right? You just do it tonight. You just do the dishes tonight and I'll take care of the dishes tomorrow. And he goes, "Come on, I'm full. That was really good. Come on, have a heart." It's still Naruto at the end of the day. So she finishes chewing. She looks at him. She cocks the other eyebrow. The other one. And he immediately goes, "Yeah, I'm totally, absolutely." And he begins getting the plate. He goes, I'll start. I'll get that. I'll get that going then. So he begins gathering all the plates. We saw fade to the kitchen. Naruto in the sink, soapy water, doing the dishes, and we see Ino coming back in, refilling her tea, looking over his shoulder, sipping, and then quietly leaving without saying anything. Because that's what love looks like. Sometimes you don't get away with it. Sometimes men say things we really shouldn't have. We really shouldn't. Remember, this is the same day as that other have a heart line. Right? So a couple of things are happening in this scene, and I just, Mossy, I love quiet moments like this, quiet scenes, right? I'm still here and I still love you, but you don't get to talk to me like that. Right? And it's great. It's just awkward. It's just silence. But for me, that's what makes the scene work so much. That's actually the end of Act 2. And then we're going to close it from here. So, Mossy, what are your thoughts, reactions?
I like the slower pace of it, I suppose. It's, I don't know, it works for me, I guess.
Right, because it's reality.
Yeah.
Right?
It's got a nice feel to it.
It's reality. Like,
I completely relate to can I just do the dishes tomorrow?
Yeah.
Like
or
yeah,
him,
we got to do them tonight, but like...
And he's like, "Have a heart?" And it's like, I love it because it's so domestic.
Yeah.
It's so domestic. And for all that Ino has done to help Naruto, you don't get to say that, right? And walk away from it. But that's what love looks like. Like in the last scene of Act 2, she's helping him without saying anything to him. Yeah. Right? It's like, I'm still here. I still love you. I'm not going anywhere. But that's not okay for you to say.
Yeah.
That's not okay for you to say. And I love it because that's what love looks like. Like, Monica knows. Sometimes that's what love looks like. Love looks like when somebody steps in it and you come in the kitchen and you watch your significant other doing the dishes and quietly sipping tea or whatever, looking over his shoulder and just saying, I'm here, but you don't get to talk to me like that. That's what love looks like. And I love how this film is so unapologetic, not an anime film, but it is at the same time.
Yeah.
That's why I love this film so much. Like I do. It's one of my favorite. I say that I'm biased, but it's one of my favorite scripts. It really, really is. So let me know what you guys thought down below in the comments section. Did you like this episode? Didn't you like this episode? We're on the home stretch, the third act. So Monica is going to give us the detail on the stream. Can we see anyone? Can I shout anyone out?
No, we can't see anybody.
All right. So this is what's going to happen from now on. So I like my Caveman Growlgrouse. There's two things I like. My snuggles. No, three things. My touches, my snuggles, and my Growlgrouse. For each reaction, share, comment we get, and we can see down below, we are going to give you a Caveman growl. So the next episode, we will have some homework, and we're going to growl a whole bunch of other people out. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. So until we see each other again, my friends, Monday, and a couple of weeks, big. We have premieres, we have previews as well, and all that kind of stuff. D&D week next week. Ho! So, guys, until we see each other again, take care, be safe, be well, and we love you all! 50,000 plus, and may the Schwartz be with you. Mossy, take me home.
In the distance they howl their refrain, a tune older still than the drumbeat of rain. The stones hold their secrets, the trees hum their tune, a language forgotten yet carved in the